So part of the argument here, which makes sense, is it's cheaper labor than hiring those positions in America. So hey, I'd much rather hire these guys because boom, they're cheaper than hiring an American. This part, an absolute correct argument that they need to match the salaries to be the same. So the employer only hires somebody from IIT because they think the IIT engineer is going to be better than the MIT engineer, even though I have to pay them the same amount of money, without a consulting firm taking 20% or half the salary, which that's a whole separate conversation we'll get into. Number 6, portability. Workers can switch employers if proper filings are made. And 7, dual intent allows holders to apply for permanent residency while on the visa. Now, a part of the argument here happens when somebody is coming in and you give them the H-1B visa. The company sometimes bullies the employees with the fear of, if you don't do this, we're going to do this to you, because they feel like they made that investment. You, the employer, has to pay $10,000 to $20,000 to have them become legal so they can work here. So there is some abuse that happens there. So that's how it works. Now, the argument for it and against it, this is what you'll hear. Economic contribution and innovation, talent shortages in critical industries, STEM, which I'll give you the data here in a minute, competitiveness on the global stage, economic multiplier effect, dual intent, and long-term contribution. And in arguments against it, wage suppression, displacement of U.S. workers, exploitation of outsourcing firms. This is real, by the way. This happens. And these guys, there's a lot of bullies here. Companies like Infosys and TCS that file bulk applications, reducing opportunities for smaller firms. Abuse of third-party placement contracts have been well documented. You can look into this. It's all over the place. It's some of the lawsuits we talked about earlier. Lack of domestic workforce development and lottery system inefficiency. Instead of us choosing the best, it's you got to get lucky to come here, but maybe we didn't get the best one. Why not get the best one? Imagine if you're running a small business and you do 8 interviews. Imagine if the way of hiring one of them is a lottery system. Somebody draws it and one of the 8 gets hired. Instead of the best employee that you wanted was Mary, you get Bob. You wanted Mary, but it's a lottery system. Wouldn't you rather choose Mary over Bob? That would be the merit-based system. And last but not least, fraud and loopholes. This is the lawsuit we talked about earlier with Infosys, $34 million, Apple.